Trump is finally doing it. We have been waiting so long. It's finally done. It's finally been revealed. Guys, the arrests have finally started this morning. This is the first of many arrests. Here we've been waiting all year long for this. We're properly going after these people that use lawfare against Trump, that lied to Congress under oath. We finally have the truth. Comey has surrendered for his arrest. And guess what? John Bolton is next. And then Letitia James and so many others. Guys, we got some big breaking news for you today, guys. This is awesome. Not only that, guys, because I'm telling you, Trump is on a Trump bullet train right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is huge. President Trump has just signed a new order from the White House launching a full government response into radical leftist terrorism and their funders. It is done, guys. I'm telling you, we're going to drain the swamp. We're going to put America first. And everything that you're about to hear, guys, what I love, we got the receipts. We fully have the receipts to show you today. This is a big show today. The arrests have finally started. We finally have people going to jail, being arraigned. They use lawfare to try to keep President Trump from being in office, who did nothing. And again, all this is coming out. The FBI admitted it had 274 plainclothes agents embedded in the massive January 6th protest. We have videos of some of these where they are smashing windows and trying to get people to go in through the windows of Congress, but MAGA refused. We had people that were all these things, guys, we got videos of, that were trying to open the doors, that were telling the security, open these doors to let MAGA in from the inside. The FBI rigged it. It was all them. That's what's so messed up with what I'm about to tell you today. Once again, the conspiracy theorists were right. For over 4 years, Merrick Garland, Christopher Wray, Horowitz denied or dodged questions about informants being involved in the riot. There was freaking 274. The FBI has reportedly admitted to Congress that on January 6th, some of theirs were involved in the Capitol riot damages. Disclosure contradicts the DOJ's Inspector General's December 2024 report claiming the FBI had no undercover employees at the Capitol that day. So you see, the reports that were done, they were rigging it. We're finally putting the people that are being arrested. Bongino and Kash Patel are coming out. This is what they had to say. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino responds after the grand jury indicts James Comey on 2 felonies. He said, when Director Patel and I took our leadership positions in the FBI, we promised the American people accountability. And now it's here. That's what I'm talking about, baby. My heart, I'm going today, guys. Marjorie Taylor Greene has already spoken out and said that January 6th was a Fed's surrection, not an insurrection. The feds were involved. The FBI opened the doors, caused damages, and had it blamed on MAGA. Guys, this is coming from a sitting representative who has said for the entire past 4 years what has happened. And not only that, we are literally less than a week away from the next biggest arrest of John Bolton being criminally charged through an indictment from a grand jury. And now President Trump has launched a full-fledged government response into radical left terrorism and their funders. Trump said these are professional agitators paid by rich people. We got a big show for you today, guys. I am so excited because things are moving. We've been looking for the arrest. We've been looking for the accountability, and boom, it's finally here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to say thank you to everybody who is watching, to all of our subscribers, all of our viewers. Thank you so much for your kindness and support of our channel. I want to say thank you so much to our members of the channel. And if you're not subscribed, please consider joining our family. Here, we want to take care of you every day with the top news. So much is going on, and we do a show every single day. We want to give some special love to, like I said, our members of the channel, those that have given today. We could not do it without you. We got some big givers already. Want to give some special love to MDDS75. Show MDDS some love in the chat, as well as our boy Big Dog. Guys, you're talking about an OG of the channel, Big Dog DFW. OG of the channel with already a gifted 20 TrueLife News memberships and a super chat said, love your family, Joel, love your brother. Keep it going, brother, proud of you. CK31, I am Charlie Kirk. I love it. Show Big Dog DFW some love in the chat, as well as our boy OG of the channel too, Jim Barbato. If you got a free membership from Big Dog, show him some love in the chat. If you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting the thumbs up like button. Today is a big show. Not only do we have the FBI who has admitted after they lied that they had almost 300 people in plain clothes during the January 6th riot, not only has Trump signed an order launching a full-fledged government response to the radical leftist terrorism, not only have James Comey surrender been arrested, all this stuff is happening today. Big stuff today, guys. We're going to get to all the super chats and thanks yous in just a moment. But again, if you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting the thumbs up like button, today's a big show. Listen to this because it's only going to get more better because the truth is coming out. Listen to this.
Fox News alert. James Comey just became the first FBI director to face criminal charges. Just moments ago, the Department of Justice announced a Virginia grand jury indicted James Comey on 2 charges for obstruction and for making a false statement to Congress. Here's the moment when Comey got caught.
Mr. McCabe, who works for you, has publicly and repeatedly stated that he leaked information to the Wall Street Journal and that you were directly aware of it and that you directly authorized it.
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
So your testimony is you've never authorized anyone to leak.
I'm not going to characterize Andy's testimony, but mine is the same today.
No one's above the law, and lying to Congress is a crime. And now he's facing up to 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Comey should have known this would have caught up to him. He knew Hillary planted the Russia hoax, and he used the hoax to spy on the Trump campaign. He used undercover agents and doctored evidence. After Trump won, Comey tried to take him down from the inside, but got caught. He's accused of authorizing his dirty number 2, Andy McCabe, to leak to the press. That's what he lied to Congress about. And this obstructed the congressional investigation and tore our country to pieces. Now, after he got fired, he confessed to leaking documents to a reporter to trigger a special counsel in order to impeach Trump.
Did you show copies of your memos to anyone outside of the Department of Justice?
Yes.
And to whom did you show copies?
I asked, President tweeted on Friday after I got fired that I better hope there's not tapes. I woke up in the middle of the night on Monday night, because it didn't dawn on me originally, that there might be corroboration for our conversation. There might be a tape. And my judgment was I needed to get that out into the public square. And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel. And so I asked a close friend of mine to do it.
Comey was sniffed out staging a coup and framing the president as a traitor, a Russian operative.
Guys, let me tell you this. He literally tried to put Trump and get him charged with treasonous act as a traitor against the United States. Put it in the chat. Let me know what should happen to this guy, because I'm telling you, if you were trying to make Trump look like a traitor and you ended up being the traitor, what should happen to you? And again, it's not stopping there. The rest are coming. The top Trump DOJ officials are pushing to criminally charge John Bolton as soon as this week. It is time that we hold these dang people accountable. And not only that, it's all about going to the money. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, because I'm telling you, today is a big day for justice. President Trump has just signed a memo launching a full-fledged government response into radical leftist terrorism and their funders. Trump said these are professional agitators paid by the rich. Vance said it was in Oregon where you had a federal building with men in black ski masks committing acts of violence, shutting down the building. These are paid people committing acts of political terrorism on American soil, and it's time we had a government that looked out for its people. That's what America First sounds like. Going to the root source. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because it's only getting deeper. I want to say thank you so much, Ruby Hoo, for the super chat. Let's go. Being a member for 8 months. Said, have a fabulous Friday and wonderful weekend, y'all. Y'all show Ruby Hoo some love in the chat, as well as Danny, member of the channel. Thank you so much, brother, for your support. And Glow said, do the popcorn zig at the popcorn party. Let's go. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, put some popcorn in the chat. Today's a big, big day. And thank you so much, Ruby. Said, my nickname, Hoo, my husband's nickname. I love it. Tell him we appreciate y'all so much. And Nadine Jones, thank you so much for your super chat. Member of the channel, said he needs to be put under the jail for that. I agree. Show Nadine Jones some love in the chat. Don't forget to show Big Dog DFW some love. If you got a free membership, OG of the channel, thank you so much, brother. We are seeing justice, and we've been waiting all year for this, y'all. All year.
Then leaking and lying to Congress about his operations. These are actual crimes. Remember, they had to make up crimes to charge Trump. 34 felony counts, charges for a crime that have never been brought before in the history of our country. This isn't revenge, it's accountability. Biden gave Merrick Garland the green light to indict Trump, and they indicted dozens of high-ranking Republican officials and hundreds of Republican activists. They put a lot of people in prison.
Yes,
they
they
censored
did.
us. They debanked us. They spied on parents. So this is nothing. So far, the Trump DOJ has indicted 2 Republicans, John Bolton and James Comey. And why would we believe Comey's side of the story? He lied about Russia for years. Now, he's innocent until proven guilty, and he's going to have to make his case in court. But we just hope he didn't spend all of his book advance money, because he's going to have to spend a lot on lawyers.
Guys, I'm telling you, if we aren't dropping the news today, this is stuff I'm telling you, you're not going to see on mainstream media. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon sues California, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, New York, and New Hampshire for refusing to prove that illegal aliens, deceased people, and other ineligibles have been removed from their voter rolls. She said, clean voter rolls protect American citizens from voter fraud and abuse and restore their confidence that the state's elections are conducted properly, with integrity, and in compliance with the law. This is justice. I'm telling you, 1-2 punch, guys. Just smacking everybody that has fought against Trump and MAGA, America First policies, with their America Last policies. And we're finally bringing you all the details. This is beautiful. Let me know your thoughts in the chat.
John Solomon, first your thoughts on Comey. I know you know this situation very well. Then I want to get to your scoop, sir.
Well, listen, the truth of the matter is the people that say that James Comey is lying is his inner circle team. It was Andy McCabe who said it first. It was James Baker that affirmed it in an interview with the Postal Inspection Service that we broke on your show a few weeks ago. And in that case, remember what James Baker said to the government. He said that James Comey authorized me to leak classified information to the news media.
Wow.
To his chief of staff, James Rubin. And then we don't know yet what Rubicki's account is, but I suspect those 3 men are going to be the main state's witnesses against James Comey. It's not going to be a MAGA lawyer. It's not going to be a MAGA talk show host. It's going to be his own inner circle saying, yeah, he authorized us to leak, and yeah, he lied to Congress. So James Comey is going to face justice probably at the expense of his own inner circle, who couldn't lie when confronted about what he had done with the leaking to the media. The Taylor Swift thing, I have a little bit different take. I do find it extremely weird to have an FBI director talking about being a Swiftie, but hey, everyone's entitled to their music. But I think there's something more cunning going on. I think you have to always calculate James Comey as being a calculating guy. He's going to need to raise a lot of money for his legal defense fund. He's about to undergo a really significant legal defense expense. I think he was setting up millennials and others to say, see me as a victim. I'm like one of you guys, and he doesn't like Taylor Swift. I think he's looking to hit that generation, the millennial generation, for donations for our legal defense fund down the road. That may have been a calculated decision. He knew what was coming over the horizon, and he knows he's going to have to raise some money for his defense. And I think there's something a little bit more calculating in that than just being flat out weird.
Let me tell you this, guys. I'm telling you. Look at this. James Comey's son-in-law, who prosecuted J6ers, has resigned his position as assistant U.S. attorney after the former FBI director's indictment. This is taking out the trash. This is draining the swamp. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. To uphold my oath to the Constitution, I hereby resign as an assistant United States attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Why? Because guess what? The cat's out of the bag. We're opening it up. Everybody that was improperly prosecuted by all these people, James Comey and all of them, guess what? Trump is going to come after every single one of them. And you know he will. Guys, show some love in the chat to our brother Robert Cash. Said, finally, accountability, truth, and justice is happening. God bless the truth. Amen. Show Robert Cash some love in the chat. And our boy Big Dog with another gifted super chat said, since I adopted you as my brother, make sure my nieces and sister-in-law get some ice cream. I love it. Let's go. Will do, brother. Appreciate you so much. Big Dog's an OG of the channel. Been with us for a long time. Show him some love in the chat, everybody. For gifted memberships and super chats, we appreciate you, brother. From Dallas, we love it. Great state of Texas. We're out of Tennessee, but you know we got a lot of like. We're both very red. I love it. Show Big Dog some love in the chat and listen to this, because I'm telling you that we are exposing everything today.
You see, John Solomon, all those years in the Imperial Capitol being the top investigative reporter, that's the kind of insights you get. Brilliant. John,
You get cynical.
cynical, John. Before we get to your scoop, I want updates on Bolton, because there's a whole wave of stuff that is happening now and coming to the forefront. The media said yesterday Bolton looks like his office had secret or top secret documents.
Yeah, that's right. There's a search warrant return. In his office, they found secret and confidential classified information, including information on WMD, which is very sensitive. Anything we know about WMD around the world is a very sensitive piece of information. And so this is no different now than the precedent set 2 decades ago when Sandy Berger, the former National Security Advisor for Bill Clinton, in a story I broke when I was at the Associated Press, tried to secret classified documents out of the archives, stick them in his socks and his pants, and try to walk out with them, and he got indicted. Wow. There is a precedent for this. You are the National Security Advisor. You know you have no right to take classified documents with you. The fact that they found those documents in his office and that they found earlier information in his email accounts related to the book suggests that he did something knowingly and willfully. And this isn't a retribution. This is a precedent that has been kept for a long time. When you're the National Security Advisor, you walk off with classified information, you're going to get prosecuted. Just ask Sandy Berger.
John Solomon. So, John, the story you broke is massive for what it discusses, and then also massive for how you learned out about it and what's been hidden for years. Just take us from the top and walk through, sir.
Yeah. Well, first, let me just say something about the culture of the FBI. For 35 years, I've covered it here in Washington. And in every controversy of the past, it has a history of covering things up. The FBI lab scandal, 9/11, Oklahoma City, all stories that I broke, Russia collusion. And over the years, I have spent most of my time trying to tell the American people what the FBI did in spite of the FBI not cooperating.
And I want to show you this, because this is big. I'm telling you, when we show you the news on this of what is happening, this just changes everything. I hope you appreciate this. If you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting the thumbs up like button, helping us to grow our voice and grow our family. This really does help us grow. FBI embedded 275 plainclothes agents in the January 6 crowds. Blaze reports as the House panel probes informant roles. Where was this over the past 4 years? Do you realize how different things would be if we actually knew the truth back in the 2024 election, the 2020 election, just when it came to the Hunter Biden laptop, the 2022 midterms? All this stuff is now only coming out, and I'm telling you, people are furious right now. If you like what I'm seeing on X, they're so upset because they said all they did was try to cover up. And now we know what's going on. The FBI had 275 plainclothes agents embedded in the January 6th crowds. The FBI has reportedly admitted this for the past 4.5 years. This disclosure contradicts the DOJ Inspector General's December 2024 report, claiming the FBI had no undercover employees at the Capitol that day. But guess what? They did. Man, this is big, y'all. Big stuff. We've been waiting for this for a long time. They said we were crazy, but now the truth is coming out. Richard Reyes, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Let's go. Member of the channel. Show Richard some love in the chat, everybody. And Jogo with the 10 gifted TrueLife News memberships. OG of the channel as well. Show Jogo some love in the chat. Appreciate you, brothers, so much. Member of the channel, growing the family. Y'all show Jogo some love. Show Big Dog DFW some love if you got a free gifted membership from him as well. We are bringing and dropping the truth today, and I just want to show you some beautifulness right here. The Market Watch. This is from the Rapid Response 47. Market Watch says consumer spending is strong. The U.S. economy is all right. Politico says Trump's economy bounces on consumer spending surge. CNN says the U.S. economy grew at a 3% rate in second quarter, significantly stronger than previously reported. Bloomberg, U.S. economy grows at the fastest pace in nearly 2 years in consumer spending. This is just icing on the cake. We are winning. MAGA is winning. Putting America first is winning, and it's only getting better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Ash Patel, he has broken that cycle. He is now putting out the evidence that will allow prosecutors to seek that indictment against James Comey. That is unlike anything I've seen in my 35 years covering the FBI. And unlike that, he's sending to Congress the document that prior directors and their teams kept from Congress. And today, we were able to get our hands on one of those documents. And what it shows is it answers the question that Chris Wray would never answer to Congress when he was asked. He would not tell how many agents were sent to the Capitol once the violence started there and the riot began. We got that answer because they did an after-action report at the FBI. Kash Patel recently found that after-action report, and it is damning. There were 275 FBI agents, most in plain clothes, without any riot gear or protection, dispatched to the Capitol that day. The reason there was an after-action review is that a lot of those agents felt like they were put in harm's way. They didn't have gear. They didn't have a way to identify themselves to the Capitol Police that they were cops. If they had to draw their gun, they could have had a friendly fire incident. And so that's an important fact. It's something that Congress needed for oversight, and Chris Wray's FBI kept it from it. But the more important issue, long-term, to all my colleagues in the FBI who have tried to dispute that the FBI has a political bias problem, this episode, this review, ended up exposing more than the fact that an incompetent FBI sent a lot of FBI agents to the Hill without gear and protections, and then didn't want to admit that to Congress. It uncorked a decade of frustration among scores of FBI agents in the Washington field office that their agency had become clearly politically biased. Those aren't my words. Those are their words. The after-action review resulted in hundreds of statements by FBI agents saying our agency is a mess. It is a joke. It treats conservatives different than liberals. It is woke. It is more concerned about what face mask you wear than what criminal you catch.
Wow.
It uncorked something, and that, for that reason, Congress was most likely not given this document because it would have affirmed what Jim Jordan and what Devin Nunes and what Barry Loudermilk and all the people who've been investigating have been saying. The FBI has a political bias problem. Chris Wray was asked this question, like, no, that's a political talking point. He would have known at the moment he gave that answer in 2023 that this after-action report raised a serious amount of concern. If he didn't know, he wasn't in charge of his agency, because this was a very important document, the learnings and the failures of January 6th. This document is significant, not just for giving us the answer we were long denied, how many agents responded, how did they respond, but it's more important that it is a affirmation from the frontline agents of the FBI that they had recognized their agency had become politically corrupted, politically biased.
Right there, everybody. It's been corrupt for no telling how long. And I just want to show you, because we bring the receipts, everybody. Look at this. James Comey is now being arrested. We have John Bolton, who's next. Letitia James, all these people. And when I show you these articles, remember from, this is like a little receipt from the past that said Bannon indicted on contempt charges over House's Capitol Right inquiry. He refused to comply with subpoenas from the House committee investigating the January 6th. They put Bannon in jail. What about Peter Navarro? Look at this. Former Trump advisors Peter charged with contempt of Congress. Why? Because they wouldn't go through with the January 6th. And now that we know that it was heavily influenced by the FBI, 275 plainclothes FBI that were there, people letting people into the building, people breaking windows, trying to get MAGA, inciting violence and riots and things like this. I'm telling you, y'all, today is the day, a big day. We have been waiting so long for this. And again, it's not going to stop here. We're going to continue digging in. We're going to continue revealing the truth, because this is what it's all about. And that's why I appreciate so much when y'all share our videos, like our videos, because we're trying to bring the truth as all this is being uncovered today. This is a huge day of justice for Trump, for every Jan 6er. Show him some love in the chat, guys, because I'm telling you, this has been coming for a long, long, long time.
Politically incompetent, and they were crying for help in 2021, and that help was kept from them until Donald Trump won the election and Kash Patel was installed. Now, on the 275, Steve, I want to give you one possible legal implication. Many of those agents who responded were in the WFO, and they most likely afterwards participated in the prosecutions of J6 defendants. They probably executed affidavits in court cases. It is incumbent upon FBI agents to self-disclose under the Brady and Giglio standards. That's you got to play fair by the rules standards for FBI agents. That if you were a witness to a crime, that you disclose that. Otherwise, what you say is, I looked at this video footage and I looked at this evidence after it occurred, and this is what I found. But if you don't describe the fact that you might have been at the scene and witnessed some of this, you may have engaged in a Giglio and Brady violation. We don't know yet the names of the agents, but given that there are 275 of them, one of the exercises that Congress could do right now is to find out how many of those agents subsequently filed affidavits and did not disclose they were eyewitnesses, potential victims at the Capitol. That could result in a lot of appellate issues. It may also provide new fodder to defend President Trump's decision to pardon a lot of those defendants. This may have been a cheating scandal in the court system. So that we don't know yet. But from my experience doing Brady and Giglio issues as a reporter, there is a red flag blinking here today.
Just think about how much has been affected by all the lies, all the just obstruction, the American perception of Trump, of the Jan 6ers. We're finding all this out after the fact, and I believe they deserve justice. And they need to be taken care of. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Nadine Jones, thank you so much for being a member for 7 months. Let's go. Said, so glad a friend turned me onto your YouTube channel. Will always remain a member. Best news out there ever. I love it. Show Nadine some love in the chat, everybody. Because I'm telling you, what you're about to hear next from Bannon, things are coming. I love this.
One of the things when I first talked to you, when you had this story and you were, doing your additional reporting to release it, the thing that shocked you was the amount of anguish, vitriol that agents had about the way the department was being run, the way they thought it was overly politicized, it was against conservatives, really quite blunt statements. Don't we have an obstruction of justice? I mean, the Oversight Committee was trying to do oversight. They knew they had a ticking time bomb at the FBI. We had not just J6, you had the grandmothers praying the rosary, you had the people arrested for praying the rosary, you had the Catholics, you had all these different MAGA folks rounded up by the FBI. Is there legal? Does the issues that the agents had with the way the department was being run, did Chris Wray obstruct justice by suppressing this report? It's kind of shocking that 9 months into Kash Patel's, or President Trump, Kash came in later, his reign at the FBI, we're now just getting this. Doesn't this rise to the level of at least an investigation on obstruction of justice?
Absolutely.
You hear that, guys? I'm telling you, more is coming. They're charging him with one thing, but more is coming. And I want to show you this, y'all, because I'm telling you, we are getting into some big, big fights with what's about to happen. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, I'm telling you, this right here, we're about to show you. The Dallas ICE facility shooter had anti-ICE written on shell casings, but now Jasmine Crockett says he may or may not have been targeting ICE officers. You seriously cannot make this up. This is how far gone the leftists is they are willing to go in and still trying to gaslight people. Are you like can we believe this, everybody? Like, this is mind-blowing on them still trying to say they're still trying to say that sorry guys, keep it clean in the chat. I just saw something. Keep it clean in the chat or I will block you. They're still trying to say that there wasn't the narrative or the motive behind the shooting wasn't right. Like, are you kidding me? Guys, I want to go real quick into our sponsor, Chapter. Guys, thank you so much for those that have already checked this out, because I'm telling you, it's only going to help yourself. Chapter helps if you're on Medicare, if you have Medicare plan, they take care of you, because when I found out there was over hundreds and hundreds of Medicare plans out there and that it's really hard to choose from it and really hard to get the right coverage, Chapter has saved seniors on average $1,100 a year. Like, guys, this is some crazy big money. And I don't know about you, but I'd love to save that much money a year in health insurance. And it's free. It's literally free. You call them at 667-895-3015. They're going to make sure you're taken care of. You tell them that Joel sent you from TrueLife News, and they will make sure that you get the right plan, the right coverage, and you're going to be taken care of. So if you're on Medicare, about to be on Medicare, call them up. This is big, everybody, because I'm telling you, the stuff that's coming out, as much corruption is out there, even it's in Medicare, and we've got to make sure our seniors are taken care of. So don't forget to call 667-895-3015. You know I've checked them out, guys. I never bring anything that I don't check out to make sure it's the best for our people that watch. And I want to say they're a great, phenomenal company. Let them know that I sent you. They're going to get you taken care of. I just showed you right here where we literally have Jasmine Crockett. I want you to see this. Look what she says about the person who shot up the ICE facility.
And then the next thing you know, they're saying, yes, this guy was targeting officers, and he may or may not have been. We just want full transparency.
May or may not have been targeting ICE officers. He literally had casings with anti-ICE on there. Watch this, because I'm telling you, more and more of this stuff is literally coming out, and I love it. Guys, don't forget to show Jogo some love in the chat. Big Dog DFW some love in the chat for their gifted memberships. And our boy, Mr. Tracy J. Norby's in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. OG of the channel, helping to grow the family as well. Let's go, guys. We got the best chat in YouTube. I love it. Listen to this.
When you call people in uniform Nazis, Gestapo, and slave catchers, what do you think's going to happen? They're literally telling each other they're at war with us.
We're in a war right now to save this country, and so you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
That same guy says, nothing matters.
Listen, it should not matter whether the radicalization comes from the right or the left or, sort of the non-ideological deep dark recesses of the internet.
That's like saying it doesn't matter whose dog keeps biting people on the street. Sure, we can hand out bandages every time, but are we just going to keep letting the dog go out without a leash? No, we call animal control, and we hold the owner accountable. Democrats are suddenly not interested in root causes when they're at the root cause. Remember during the war on terror, they kept asking, why do they hate us? Why do these Muslims hate us? Now there's a war on ICE, and they don't care how anyone gets radicalized.
Who do you hold responsible for the uptick in left-wing violence in the country?
Radical left rhetoric. The radical left is causing the problem. The right is a lot tougher than the left. But the right's not doing this. They're not doing it. And they better not get them energized because it won't be good for the left. And I don't want to see that happen either. I'm the president of all the people.
Democrats in the media let their hounds loose, and now they don't want to be reprimanded.
It's super irresponsible. I don't need to say unpresidential. It's irresponsible of anybody to attribute the violent, deranged actions of a single individual to a political party, Republican or Democrat.
They've called for a war on ICE, and they're shooting at ICE agents. They can't lecture us about what's irresponsible. Even Obama's own ICE director says it's open season.
What this attack reveals and what all of this uptick in assaults on ICE officers reveals really, unfortunately, ICE has become a symbol of the Trump administration. As a result of that, it's a target for violent extremists.
Democrats are storming ICE facilities, lunging at cabinet secretaries. They're calling us Nazis. They're holding resistance labs and then telling people to go out and do whatever's necessary to win the war.
Let's be clear. No knight in shining armor is coming to save democracy. It's on all of us to save our countries and our rights.
Hillary just deputized millions of Americans to put on armor and do it themselves. All ICE is doing is enforcing the law that Congress wrote, fulfilling a mandate that voters chose. And all Charlie was doing was talking to them. And what do we get? Bullets. Charlie's shooter had "Hey Fascist, catch" carved into the shell casings. And now it's all over campus. This flyer was put up at Georgetown.
Wow.
Look at that. Under it, the only political group that celebrates when Nazis die. College conservatives don't feel safe anymore.
Do y'all see this? As crazy as things are getting. And this is what I love, is that we get to show you that that President Trump has just signed a memo launching a full-fledged government response into radical leftist terrorism and their funders. These are professional agitators paid by the rich, paid by rich people. Trump knows it. And what I love is that we're continuously showing how much the outside money, USAID, NGOs has all been involved in protest, in riots, and it's mind-blowing. How much, think about this, since Trump and them started looking into the funders, how much big protests have you seen? Trump's not playing around. If we need to send in the National Guard, we're sending in the National Guard. We're going to make sure to keep America safe and do what needs to be done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is big, big stuff.
Every conservative, everyone who just does not subscribe to the prevailing leftist orthodoxy, this is a direct threat against them. It means that there are students at this campus who would want to see conservatives dead rather than engaging with their ideas, rather than facilitating a political discourse.
Democrats shut down schools for a virus with a less than 1% chance of dying. Meanwhile, conservatives are open targets on campus, and schools aren't stopping it. So what do? Well, for one, we drowned them out.
Wow.
That was at a Turning Point event. A new poll says 8 in 10 voters say we're in a political crisis. And more than half of the country thinks that political violence will get worse. Remember,
look at that. Political violence. You literally heard college kids calling people fascists and KKK. Wonder where that started at. Wonder where that came from. Those teachers, left-wing media. Like, all this stuff that we are experiencing right now is just mind-blowing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. I'm telling you, like, this stuff that we're witnessing, it didn't start yesterday. It started 10, 15 years ago when they were indoctrinating the kids trying to say that everything that people do, and again, there's been a weaponization against white males and males in general. There's been a weaponization, and they tried to bring in DEI. So many companies have kicked it to the curb. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, I'm telling you guys, we are showing every facet of what's going on, and we have to rid our country of this indoctrination.
Violence is not the answer, but we will defend ourselves and defend our ideas by voting these dangerous clowns out of office, following the money and indicting their financiers, shaming their repugnant behavior, and shining a light on evil. Fox News alert, the FBI got the goods on the ICE sniper. Agents seized his electronics and tore up his bedroom. One of the handwritten notes said, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof? AP stands for armor piercing. The sicko believed ICE was human trafficking and wanted them all dead.
He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property damage at the facility.
The sniper, Joshua John, also left notes saying he was the lone gunman. Quote, yes, it was just me and my brain, and tried to get investigators to play a game of cat and mouse. One note said, good luck with the digital footprint. The FBI didn't have a problem. They cracked right in and discovered multiple Google searches for, quote, Charlie Kirk shot video. Just a day before the attack, he used the same gun and ammo as Tyler Robinson. This was a Charlie Kirk assassin copycat. He also left evidence of an elaborate attack plan. Authorities found a ladder and believe John nestled up into his sniper's nest at around 3 a.m., almost 4 hours before shots rang out. Cash says there was a high degree of pre-attack planning. The sniper also had downloaded a list of Homeland Security facilities and was tracking the locations of ICE agents.
Anyone who creates or distributes these apps that is designed to spot, track, and locate ICE officers are well aware of the dangers that they are exposing to law enforcement. It's no different than giving a hitman the location of their intended target.
Karen Bass this summer was bragging about tracking ICE agents.
We have a rapid response network where everybody is alerted. If you see masked men getting out of unmarked cars, let everybody in the area know.
These people should go to jail. That is so that is like so mind-blowing. People are literally being attacked for doing their jobs. Want to show you this because I'm telling you, this stuff we have to rid out of our entire country. 2 of the monsters who opened fire on a children's baseball field in Katy, Texas, gained status and even U.S. citizenship under Biden administration. Mustafa Muhammad Matagla and Aham Mahad ruthlessly opened fire, hitting the team's coach while he was leading a prayer. Guys, there is evil. This was reported by the Homeland Security. There is evil that is rampant in America right now. And it's being expressed like, how could you shoot onto a children's baseball field where they have kids and they're playing baseball? And this is what the Biden administration let in. Not vetted. Into some unvaccinated. Like, it is mind-blowing that people don't get this and why we need to clean up our country, support our law enforcement, support ICE. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Lori Rapier, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, love the chat family and you. We love you too, Lori. Y'all show Lori some love in the chat. Thank you so much for your kindness and blessing to our channel. This right here, guys, like I said, we report breaking news every single day, but we're also reporting how far gone the left is gone, where they are literally obstructing justice and obstructing law enforcement.
How's ICE supposed to do its job if Democrats are blasting out their coordinates to potential hitmen? The media says, don't point fingers. ICE had it coming.
The militarization of ICE and other federal law enforcement, the wearing of the mask, aggressive tactics. So the people who are starting to act out against this feel it's their only recourse. Again, this is predictable.
ICE agents put their lives on the line under sniper fire to protect illegals in their custody. And the media is saying if ICE doesn't dial back its operations, more bullets are going to fly. How do you justify violence like that? That's like saying the girl deserved it. She was wearing a miniskirt. It's victim blaming, like they did with Charlie Kirk. Now they're doing it again with ICE. How many more people have to die?
I buried BOMBSHELL agents. I buried ICE agents. I've handed too many folded flags to spouses and children of those that died in line of duty. For God's sake, stop the rhetoric.
ICE agents.
Attacks up over 800%, y'all. That's what we're dealing with. That's what's in America right now. And now that we know, I'm telling you, it's been so bad. Look at this. They came out today. Secretary Duffy just revealed that bombshell information about an agency audit on the abuses of issuing licenses to illegal aliens. They are taking immediate action to fix the compliance issue. Even the state of California is the worst violator. More than 1 in 4 issued CDL licenses, commercial licenses, were done so illegally. How many times, like guys, as we are unveiling all this stuff, how many more times are we catching the left that have literally breaking the law for their own personal gain? We're finally going after Comey. I wanted to show you the actual documents for Comey's indictment because I told you we bring the receipts. It says Comey Jr. did willfully and knowingly make a materially false, fictitious, and fraudulent statement in a matter with jurisdiction of the legislative branch of government in the United States by falsely stating to a U.S. Senator during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing that he, James Comey, had not authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports regarding an FBI investigation concerning person. I'm telling you, getting to the bottom of all this. And again, what are we in the middle of right now, guys? I'm telling you. Trump, he's done with it. Listen to this. And I cleaned up the audio. We made it sound really, really good for you. Because some of this audio that they got in the record is not good. But I want to make sure you're taken care of. I want to say, John Reppy, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Let's go. Said, God bless all of you and God bless America. Amen, brother. Show John Reppy some love in the chat. Don't forget to show Jogo some love for gifting 10 TrueLife News memberships. Our brother Big Dog DFW for gifting 20 TrueLife News memberships. Helping to grow the family, guys. It means so much to us as we bring the truth. Listen to what Trump said about the Comey indictment and what is coming.
President Trump, are you worried now that the next time there's a Democratic president, they will indict your FBI director or people in your...
Well, what they tried to do, right? They did it with me. For 4 years, they went after me. They went after me for 4 years, and that doesn't include the 4 great years that we had in the White House. So when I ran it from, 2016, when we won, it began before I got to office. You know that. I mean, wait a minute. Before I came to office, I started hearing rumors about Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Nothing. And then it got worse and worse, and some of the fakers, not you, but some of the fake news picked it up and they loved it. And we went through a long time with that. And despite that, we had a great first term.
Because that's how it went. Because that's how it went, where they made you go and take a mugshot. Is this more about justice or is it about revenge?
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's about. It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people. He wasn't the biggest, but he's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it. And it's, as far as the case is concerned, he gave an answer. It was just...
You see, and again, 2 charged. The next person coming, top Trump DOJ officials are pushing to criminally charge John Bolton as soon as this week. I'm telling you, the arrests are finally here, baby. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up, like button, us bringing the news, showing you the facts, the receipts of what is happening. And right now, again, what are we looking at? What's the next thing? We are catching all the people that and what they're trying to do through this government shutdown. Even Dr. Oz, who's in charge, one of Trump's cabinet members, said this of trying to fund the Medicare and Medicaid and all this in a certain way that the Democrats are doing, it is legalized money laundering. Listen to this.
To address the Affordable Care Act tax credit issue. At least 20 million Americans are about to experience dramatic increases in their health care premiums, copays, and deductibles. Medicare is facing a $536 billion cut at the end of the year if Congress doesn't take action because of the Republican one big ugly bill. And Republicans have effectively shut down medical research in the United States of America.
Well, that's a lot. Democrats prepared to force a government shutdown if their spending blowout plan is not embraced. And that includes extending soon to expire Obamacare tax credits and reversing much needed Medicaid reforms made in the big beautiful law, like taking illegal aliens off of Medicaid rolls, adding work requirements for able-bodied working-age adults.
You know, some of those radical ideas. Joining us to discuss is Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator Dr. Mehmet Oz. All right, bring us back to reality based on what the minority leader said. What's really going on here, Dr. Oz?
You know, the comments he made were so misguided. There was a lot of work put into making the one big beautiful bill function. You've highlighted a few of those examples. I'm going to touch on the reality that it just pushed us back to what happened before COVID changed all the rules. We're no longer at war with the pandemic. We should have a peacetime health economy. Restoring sanity to the system saves the system. I love Medicaid. I love that we take care of our most vulnerable as a population. America's always wanted to do that, and we will always do that because we're a great country. But if you don't make some of these decisions that protect the most vulnerable, then you're not going to have a Medicaid program. It increased 50% in spending in the last 5 years. That can't continue. So we fixed the problems. And at this very core, by addressing some of the legalized money laundering that he's speaking about, and also getting to the root cause of the work requirement, which gets Americans back into the workplace at a time when we have twice as many jobs as people wanting to do them. At every fashion of what we did, it was based on concepts that have been embraced by both parties until this year. President Clinton had a work requirement in his welfare reform. President Obama wanted work as the foundation of a healthy safety net system. So did President Biden. Well, how come all of a sudden the parties flip completely when it makes sense to get people who on average spend 6.1 hours a day watching television or just staying at home because they don't have anything to do, just get them back into the workplace, let them engage life. You have to get an education, go volunteer, do what you were put on this planet to do, which is to change the world for your fellow man. It's a popular item. The American people like it. This is not a winning strategy for the Democrats. They should allow this CR, continuing resolution, to get through clean the way it is now. Let's give it a couple more months to work through some of the issues that we will always be having in our country to make sure we get the best health care possible.
To hit the nail on...
And I want to show you this too, because remember, we are uncovering things every single day. Trump's success with the economy will not be overshadowed by the stuff that's like, look at this. This is all coming from that medical research that Homeboy was talking about, Kim Jeffries. Man from Somalia set up a fraudulent autism treatment center in Minnesota and stole $14 million. Look at this. He enrolled kids from Minneapolis Somali community even if they didn't have autism, paying parents monthly cash kickbacks of up to $1,500 per child. Look at that. The owner, Ashraf Farhan Hassan, allegedly used the stolen funds for personal gain, including purchasing real estate in Kenya and enrolling Smart Therapy into the Feeding Our Future program, where he pocketed an additional $465,000. All this stuff is coming out. So when the Trump administration said, hey, we got to clean up the systems, we got to make sure that our money is being used wisely, this is what I see. If we don't audit and we don't take care of our money, People are going to nefariously get in there, steal, corrupt. And if we don't have the right people looking after them, catching them, then we'll never, never know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Ms. Justice, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, why aren't they calling these attacks anti-Christ, and why isn't legislation being written to protect Christians? I do know that Trump came out and he said that, and he said even at the UN, we have to do everything we can to protect Christians right now with what's happening. Y'all show Ms. Justice some love in the chat, member of the channel. And Amy INFJ, thank you so much for your support. Said, love your reporting. Watch when I can. Listen daily. Thanks for your truth and education. Exactly what we need. God bless. God bless you too, Amy. Y'all show Ms. Justice and Amy some love in the chat, as well as John Reppy and Lori Rapier. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. We appreciate y'all so much, guys. I'm telling you, we are going to expose the left, the Democrats, as much as possible when it comes to the fat and the pork that they're trying to put in this government big bill before the government shuts down. And to me, America first policies only.
Ahead, the way the reimbursements were working, the federal reimbursements to the states, that the people receiving Medicaid under the Obamacare expansion, the federal government reimburses the states. I think it's north of $7 for every dollar in state spending. And when you're talking about the real Medicaid recipient, the needy, the disabled, they only get reimbursed less than $2, I think, for every dollar in spending. The Big Beautiful Law was trying to fix some of that kind of upside down math.
Well, there's a beautiful quote as you walk into the Humphreys building, which is where Secretary Kennedy and I spend most of our time. He said it's the moral obligation of government to take care of folks who are at the dawn of life, the children. Most children in America are on Medicaid or the CHIP program. We take care of people in the twilight of life, seniors, especially folks who are older who don't have resources. They desperately need our help. And Humphrey said, take care of those in the shadows. That's what you're speaking about, Dagan. People who have had issues and they need our support. It's not designed for able-bodied individuals who should and will and do want to get back into the workplace. This is all going to happen, I think, elegantly, and it's going to continue. The Republicans are not going to compromise on that.
Yeah, I always love it when the Democrats complain about Obamacare, because I was there and only the Democrats voted for it. Now they're complaining about it. But another topic, I want to move on to the Tylenol announcement that came on. Give us your...
Guys, I want to show you again, like, the deeper and deeper that we get into this stuff, and the more that we're seeing, Comey, all the stuff that he posted. Look at this. Y'all remember this? 8647? It's really, really funny for the Democrats now. Whenever they were constantly, remember, they were laughing it up whenever James Comey put this out. And everybody said, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, this right here shows you that they weren't afraid. They thought they were untouchable. And guess what? Now he's been indicted. Now he's been arrested. And we are going to show everybody, look, Comey helped carry out Trump-Russia collusion lie, which cost the American people over $32 million and smeared President Trump in his first term. Now we've got this big, huge bill before the government shut down that we're trying to get through. Make sure that only the necessities are in there. And what are the Democrats trying to do? They're trying to put in a lot of pork and fat. $1.5 trillion in wasteful spending. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Let me know your thoughts if you appreciate this. If you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting the thumbs up like button. Thank you so much for your support. Listen to this.
Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor, dear friend. So, White House to pursue mass firings. This is Russell Vought, OMB director. This undoubtedly comes from President Trump. If the Democrats want to screw around, they want to repeal one big, beautiful bill, they want to start spending again, well, heck. And anyway, you think there's no chance for mass firings, even if the government doesn't shut down? Where do you come out on this stuff?
Well, look, I think that the Democrats are in a hopeless situation. And I've been looking at people like Congresswoman Spanberger, who's running for governor of Virginia. How can she vote against keeping the government open when it is her constituents in Northern Virginia who are going to bear the brunt of any government shutdown? Now, the fact is that Schumer and to some extent Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat leaders in the House and Senate, have walked themselves into a total trap. The House Republicans under Mike Johnson's leadership have already passed a clean continuing resolution that gets them into November, gives them time to keep passing appropriations bills, had nothing in it that was a problem. For the Democrats in the Senate now to stop that bill and close the government, I think is almost suicidal. Because under the rules, the president will be able, in this kind of situation, to decide with the limited money he will have what to spend and what not to spend. And if they start picking out various left-wing bureaucracies that, frankly, they don't care about anyway, and they begin dismantling them, you're going to see people lose their jobs who are not going to be called back. And I think that the Democrats are really playing with nitroglycerin or dynamite right now because all the strength is on the president's side. We just did a survey at America's New Majority Project, and it's clear the American people do not want to increase spending. They would like to keep the government open, but not at the cost of massive increases in spending. And when they learn that the Democrats are demanding increases in spending while the Republicans are passing a clean continuing resolution, over 40% of the country blames the Democrats for being unreasonable. So I think this is an amazing moment.
Here's the Trump effect. We just got today. The GDP for Mr. Trump's first quarter, up almost 4% at an annual rate, okay? The big government socialists that you taught me that name, the Biden crowd not got anything close to that. 4%. The stock market since early April is up about 35%. And the Democrats want to shut down the government. Oh, the Democrats want to break one big, beautiful bill. You know, Newt, people are using already their retroactive tax cuts to buy business equipment and machinery and start building factories, which means the hiring is going to start very soon. Do you know business was stronger than consumers in this GDP report because they're spending the tax cuts already that was, and the Democrats want to repeal this? Really? Heck, let them go ahead and repeal it. They'll vote themselves out of office for the next 25 years.
You cannot beat how powerful the economy is growing, the businesses that are being affected. Like, this is massive, everybody. This is so big. And what I love is that it's only going to get better because the more that we win on here, the more that a red wave is coming. And again, with what I'm showing you right here, the Assistant Attorney General is literally suing California, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, New York, and New Hampshire for refusing to prove that illegal aliens, deceased people, and other ineligibles have been removed from their voter rolls. This is what I'm talking about, baby. This is winning at the highest level. Because not only do we win with continuing to take care of Americans, putting Americans first, we clean up America with the crime, the economy keeps booming, we clean up our voter rolls. I'm telling you, this could be one of the biggest red waves ever as we continue to do what? Just put America first. That's all we're doing. Danny, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Said send the NG with ice. Let's show Danny some love in the chat. Member of the channel. Glow, thank you so much for the super chat. Said the truth will prevail over darkness. Amen. Show Glow some love. Richard Reyes, thank you so much for gifting 10 TrueLife News memberships. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. We truly are grateful for your support. Show Richard some love in the chat. Thank you so much, brother. So kind. Bradley Guevara, thank you so much for being a member for already a month. God bless America. I love it. Show Bradley some love in the chat, as well as Pamela Conley for gifting 10 TrueLife News memberships. Growing the family, y'all. We are so thankful for every single one of y'all growing our voice, growing this channel, growing our impact. It's all because of you. Show Pamela some love in the chat. Said, so for the first thing we should do if the Dems cause a shutdown, let's shut down their paychecks. Amen, Pamela. Congress doesn't need to get paid if nobody else is getting paid. They put us in, they're the reasons. Congress is the reason. $37 trillion of debt. They're the ones that voted. They control the purse. They shouldn't get paid if nobody else is getting paid. And Carla Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, God bless Joel. God bless everyone. God bless America. Thank you, President Trump, for being God's warrior for us. Amen. Show Carla, member of the channel, some love in the chat. God bless you, Carla, for your kindness and support. I'm telling you, we're cleaning it up, everybody. This is such an amazing show today. Such good news. We are winning.
Cheers.
Look, you know as well as I do that repealing it or failing to pass it would have been the largest tax increase in American history.
Yes.
And at America's New Majority Project, we discovered 84% of the country, 84% was opposed to the largest tax increase in history. And yet every Democrat in the House and Senate voted functionally for the largest tax increase in history. They're off the deep end. This is why Gallup just reported that they're now down to 34% approval or favorable, which is the lowest favorable number for the Democratic Party in the history of Gallup's polls. I mean, these folks are just, it's almost like they're in the middle of quicksand and seeing how fast they can sink.
4% growth, Newt. 35% stock market. Really, the Trump effect. The Trump effect is what I'm calling it.
remember, Larry, I said to you, next year the campaign's going to be a Trump boom versus Democrats gloom. And that's what the choice is going to be in 26.
You know what? There's a poll out. I got to go. There's a poll out. This guy, Jack Chiatrelli in New Jersey. I don't know if anybody. He's running even with the left-wing Democrat. This is wonderful things are happening anyway outside in New York City. Yep. Newt Gingrich, you're wonderful. Thanks for helping us. We appreciate it ever so much.
Glad to do it.
Let me show you this, y'all. I'm telling you, the more and more that this is coming out, it is literally, this to me is like what could really fully dismantle the Democratic Party. A lot of these deep staters, the swamp, 275 plainclothes agents were embedded in the January 6th crowds as House panel probes informant roles. We are seeing it firsthand. Everything that Trump said was right. Like, guys, this is mind-blowing. Everybody was like, oh no, Trump's just fake news. Trump's just trying to disrupt democracy. Trump's just trying to weaponize the government. No, we have showed you time and time again, even with this, when the leftists get a hold of slush fund money or money, they get corrupt. They start doing stupid stuff. Look at this. BLM co-founder, Black Lives Matter co-founder, Monica Cannon Grant, pleads guilty to 18 fraud charges, stealing over $1 million from violence in Boston for personal gain. Wow. How much of this are we catching, everybody? How much of this are we continuing to expose that we are here to put America first, bust our butts, work hard, and deliver what's right, take care of our seniors? And we're constantly seeing, time and time again, that these people just, they're so corrupt. And now they're all, look at this. I love it whenever these outlets have to report how well Trump is doing. The economy is growing. We're finally arresting people, guys. We've been waiting for this for a while. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button. And if you're watching and not subscribed, please consider joining our family here at TrueLife News. We want to take care of you every single day with the top news. We want to give some special love to our members of the channel. Remember, on the 22nd of every single month, we donate to a local charity live on stream. And it's just such a blessing because we've been able to give so much. This year, we gave our biggest amount this year last month. And we do it live on stream. We show you the receipts, and we are bringing change, and we're helping out the innocent, giving God the glory, and it is such a blessing. I want to give some special love to those that have given today. Give it up for our brother, Big Dog DFW, with his gifted membership, 20 gifted memberships, as well as super chats. OG of the channel, show Big Dog some love in the chat. Please show Pamela Conley with 10 gifted memberships some love in the chat. Our boy Richard Reyes with 10 gifted memberships in the chat. Jogo, OG of the channel, some love with 10 gifted memberships. Growing the family, growing our voice. That's what it's all about. That's why I thank y'all so much when you share on Facebook, share on X, our link, our channel. You help support us through our sponsors. Like, it means the world to us, guys, because, again, we just want to grow the voice, grow the truth. America first, baby. Show Jim Barbato, OG of the channel, some love in the chat. Ruby Hoove, Danny Glow, Nadine Jones, member of the channel. Thank you so much, Nadine, for your support. Robert Cash, Lori Rapier, John Reppy, thank y'all so much for your kindness and support. Ms. Justice, Amy INFJ, Danny Glow, thank you so much, Bradley. Thank you so much, Carla Thomas. Thank y'all so much for your support. Don't forget to show them some love in the chat if you got a free membership from them. Guys, I'm telling you, we are moving up. We're moving together. We're moving forward. We're holding people accountable, and it's about dang time. I love it. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.